This comes to us from the Talking Points memo, but Talking Points memo. The U.S. Supreme Court on Monday sided with a lower court that ordered a New Mexico City to remove a Ten Commandments monument from the lawn outside of its city hall.
Shocked, I tell you.
Shocked.
Yeah.
Absolutely shocked.
So, civil liberties advocates behind the case called the decision involving the city of Bloomfield a victory for the separation of church and state. And boy, I talked about this last week because the conservatives at that Value Voter Summit, they were pissed off that us liberals are trying to get their 10 Commandments removed. And it's like, if they weren't there, they don't.
Commandments are shit.
Yeah,
they got no. Rape isn't included in there, and slavery isn't included in there.
Oh yeah, because
so I got nothing for you. Your commandments are shit.
Your commandments are awful.
I pissed off a lot of people because I brought up the 7 tenets of the Satanic Temple, which are firmly held religious beliefs for me and Kyle. So I don't know about. It's just funny.
I like them. I
do too.
Great.
But I'm going to use that religious privilege thing that the Christians love to have, and I'm going to use it like a fucking sledgehammer. So
I'm all for it.
Yep.
All for it.
So anyway,
I'm not doing it, but I'm all for it.
The ACLU
I have tattoos, but I'm all for those too. So like.
The ACLU of New Mexico said that this sends a strong message that the government should not be in the business of picking and choosing which sets of religious beliefs enjoy special favor in the community. Thank Crom for that. So, however, somebody who's in the Alliance Defending Freedom said that Americans shouldn't be forced to censor religion's role in history simply to appease someone who is offended by it.
Oh,
it has absolutely nothing to do with offense at all. No offense at all. It does not belong on a secular government lawn that is paid for by taxpayers.
One, I'm offended by your 10 Commandments because, again, they're shit.
It's
2,
shitty.
That's not why I don't want them on public property. There's a lot of things that offend me that are perfectly legitimate to have on public property.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and here's the
white
thing.
People. I don't know. Just an example. Just an example. Okay.
Religious folks, really, it is seriously just time to stop. You need to quit it because these people are the kind of ones where they're like, well, if we want our 10 Commandments here, and then people from the TST come up and be like, we got a Baphomet statue.
Now
we can't do that. We're going to change laws. We're going to make it so you can't do that either.
You guys do not want my
but we still want to be able to do
held beliefs because I'm doing a sculpture of an orgy.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
I would support that being put
there
up.
Are a lot of people that would be good. That's my religiously held beliefs is human sexuality.
And so the decision came after attorneys for the city argued that the 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals had ignored previous rulings by the Supreme Court that simply being offended by such a monument did not give someone a legal basis to challenge the monument. It is a First Amendment violation.
Offense has nothing to do with it. Offense has nothing to do with it.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing to do with it.
Okay. Can we...
I am offended by your tacky blow up people that you like your blow up Christmas decorations that you put in your lawn because those are hideous and I'm offended aesthetically. I am not about
and
if you want your stupid blow up snowman on public property, guess what? I'm offended. I'm not gonna pass laws to take it down.
No.
10 Commandments are religious.
Yeah. Okay. I want to get into this. Try to keep it from spinning out of control, but
that's all right. I got the buttons here. I got the buttons ready for it. Okay. I got this one
because this keeps coming up. This keeps coming up over and over and over again. Every time these counter arguments come up, they claim that we're offended.
Yeah.
Okay,
thank you. You're hitting on
why? I mean, first, no, we're not. But why is this idea of offense? Where is it coming from?
That's because that's where they gauge moral things. Because where they're coming from is they gauge things on whether it offends them, if it makes them feel as if something is intruding on their idea of a status quo, then it is morally wrong. Yeah. This is why drag queens trigger these guys.
Oh, stay tuned for that.
I actually hate to use it. This is why just like the concept of a drag queen upsets them and offends them, and that's why they dictate so much that this is morally incorrect.
That's why they throw chairs across their studios, because they're so mad about things that they can't understand.
I mean, I don't. All of these arguments and all of these issues that come up, I see more personal offense being taken from them.
From them from us just going, hey, us too, or
us saying us too, or could you not, or that's not cool.
So when we point out an actual moral wrong, what they're doing is they're judging moral wrongs on their offense level, on things that challenge their idea of morality. Where us on the left tend to go, I don't like it, but it's fine. Like, I'm offended.
Yeah.
Like, it challenges my status quo. Scat porn. It challenges my status quo of things that are acceptable in the bedroom.
Yeah.
But I walk away and go, not my deal.
Not for me.
Not mine. Not mine.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to pass laws against those who enjoy such a fetish, because it's not my deal. And that's easy. And that's the thing but they live in an existence of fear that they will be that when they're offended, that's what needs to be shut down. And so that's why they're projecting that onto us, is that we're just offended. And because they're not offended by this thing, because their perspective is that they're not offended by a 10 Commandment statue or anything, then they think that makes it morally acceptable, because to them it's not offensive. So they think that to us we must just think it's offensive.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what anyone is saying. We're not offended. This doesn't. I mean, I am offended by the 10 Commandments, but on a completely different level than a legal.
Right. I just it makes me crazy, because they're making it's a fucking straw man first.
Yeah.
Because nobody has claimed offense, but they're using it. They're trying to make legal arguments.
Yeah,
they're trying to use it as a cudgel and as actual legal arguments. What fucking attorney tries to use a straw man as a legal argument?
So the city had claimed that it avoided endorsing a particular religion. They've avoided the impropriety here by placing disclaimers on the lawn, stating that this area was a public forum for citizens, and that privately funded monuments did not necessarily reflect the opinions of the city. However, if we were to try to come in there and be like, American Atheist wants to put a statue out here for atheist people, and we want to put the actual Indian or the Hindu people want to come over here, and they want to put a statue of Ganesh or whatever the monkey god is, and they want to come in here. And,
right, I never remember his name.
I can't remember his name. And so if all these people just all of a sudden said, okay, well, we want to have privately funded stuff come in, and we're going to put this here as well, they would immediately start throwing up shit. No, that has nothing to do with America, and neither does your 10 Commandments, buddy.
Yeah,
because this 10 Commandments statue was installed in 2011. Hasn't been there a long time, and it just got thrown in there as a way of them trying to go, hey, we're going to be just like Kentucky, and we're going to try to make sure we can force this shit in there. And so it was put in 2011, and it was challenged a year later by the ACLU. Lower courts concluded it violated the ban on government endorsing religion, and Judge Neil Gorsuch did not take part in the court's action because he was on the Federal Appeals Court in Denver when it considered the matter.
Right.
So,
that's why. Okay. I want to point out that 40% of those have to do with worshiping the right gods. So yeah, your commandments are shit. Again, also no rape, no slavery, not mentioned. Not mentioned.
Not
honoring
anywhere.
thy mother and thy father.
Fuck that.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
I agree.
I think I've always thought it's kind of funny that they
have to codify
the commandments.
But they got adultery in there.
They do, and coveting. I always found it kind of funny that their whole story of getting those commandments was preceded by this long narrative about escaping the cudgels and shackles of slavery.
Yeah, during Exodus.
Yet they go through all of these, wandering in the desert
for a
40
long
years.
fucking time, and they
It's
manna
a small
from heaven.
area.
And
Really learn to fucking navigate.
No,
I mean,
ocean
you have
to this
stars,
direction.
You have sun. It just
We have Polynesians that found islands, like on.
all you had to do from where you started, all you had to do is go in a straight line, and you would have wound up somewhere.
Or like, hey, let's find the coast. Like, okay,
Yeah.
here's the coast.
You're not
Let's
far
follow
away from
this.
the coast.
Oh, you mean like every human through all of history, or
Yeah.
a river, or
Yeah,
a river,
let's
or a
walk along
fucking
bodies
river.
of water. you
Right.
know?
Yeah. Why the fuck wasn't a commandment? Hey,
Follow bodies of water.
learn to. Thou shalt not get lost.
Thou
in the
shalt
desert.
wayfind. Therefore,
Thou shalt look at the stars.
yeah, they knew what the North Star was back then. They knew fucking Polaris. Are you kidding me?
Yes,
Kidding?
yeah,
Yeah,
they did.